right, welcome back to another Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. It is Monday, July 10th. Let's jump right into it. We got a full show, as always. A lot of cool people here, so we want to get right into it. Ladies, thank you so much for joining. For those that don't know you, please introduce yourself and let them know who you're here with.
Sure. My name is Ashley Rodriguez. I'm with PAM Health Rehab Hospital here in Victoria. I'm the Director of Rehab Services.
Outstanding. And you, young lady?
I'm Donna Simmons, and I'm the HR Director for PAM Rehabilitation.
Outstanding. Well, I always ask this. If, let's say I move to town today, I don't know what PAM is. I don't know anything about it. Why is it important to Victoria, and why are we blessed to have it here?
Yeah, so our PAM Health market here in Victoria is actually pretty widespread. We provide a lot of services. We have LTAC, or long-term acute hospitals, inpatient rehab hospitals, as well as outpatient therapy, wound care, and infusion. Today we're representing the rehab hospital, which a lot of people don't realize we have in our own backyard. Inpatient rehab is a specialty hospital that has around-the-clock nurses, physicians that round. You get 3 hours of therapy a day, and we serve patients that are coming back from injury or illness that, and we're trying to get them back home and as independent as possible. So it's a great service.
Is that the hyperbaric chamber as well?
It's next door.
Next door, okay.
Yes.
Because we did, way back in the day, we did an episode on PAM, and we learned a lot, and we were completely blown away by the level of care and the level of healthcare personnel that y'all had over there as well. It was top notch.
Yeah, so if we have a patient that's inpatient that needs the hyperbaric, they can actually do that while they're inpatient as well. But most of our hyperbaric patients for wound care are outpatient.
Outstanding. Well, good to know. And you guys have something big coming up that anytime we can find something to help the community get back to work or find employment, especially right here in our local economy, we want to do so. And you guys are helping, once again, to lead the way on that. So what is it you guys have coming up here this week?
So we have a job fair coming up on July 13th.
Thursday.
Yep. It's from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So we're looking for RNs, LVNs, occupational therapists, physical therapists. Did I leave out any therapists?
Occupational therapy assistants.
Yes. There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
As well.
And so what is this, what can I expect if I've never been to a job fair before, or maybe I'm slightly intimidated and I don't really know what to expect? Can you kind of walk me through, what I need to do to be prepared, and what do I expect when I get there?
So we've actually got it a little bit more organized than that. So you can actually go to Indeed to sign up for a slot for scheduling.
Okay.
We will take walk-ins. So the address will be posted, I think, on y'all's website, along with a QR code that they can scan to link them directly to the part where they can schedule an appointment. To make
I got you. And
visit.
can they find that if they happen to go to you all's Facebook page, and it's on there as well? And so, okay, good.
Yes.
And so that's Indeed, INDEED. That's what will help schedule them. Okay, good. And again, this is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Should I be intimidated? Should I be nervous? Will I get to talk to, are there any interviews on site, or is it more of just a general meet and greet? Or?
No, we're interviewing on site, and Ashley and I are definitely participating in the interview process. We'll also have the rest of our leadership and management team that will be taking interviews as well.
Outstanding. Now, let me ask you this. If I was entry level, let's just say I just graduated and those career fields interest me, but I'm not there yet. I don't have those certifications. I haven't started that, but maybe this is a dream for me, or I want to be an LVN or one of those N's that y'all mentioned. I can't repeat them all back. There's a lot of good things there. What could somebody, again, I'm not qualified for those yet, but I want to be, or I want to get some general direction or encouragement from you guys. Can I still swing by?
Yes, and honestly, that is something we really take pride in with PAM Health, is we want to cultivate professionals in our community. So we're constantly taking in future students that are needing observation hours for the therapies, for nursing. They get to do ride-alongs with the staff so that they can see what the day-to-day is like, see if it's something they're interested in, but also get those requirements for the programs before they apply to the physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, nursing programs. So we really want to cultivate
So what you're telling me then, sorry to overtalk you, what you're telling me then is if somebody shows a little bit of drive, a little bit of initiative, a little bit of motivation, and while they may not be directly qualified for one of the big positions right now, they could probably, if they work their way right, find somewhere to get boots on the ground, to get started, to get the journey rolling with you guys.
Absolutely.
Good. Well, I know as an employer in real estate, you look for those people that, we'll have agents that come in and maybe they're not all the way there yet, but they are showing incredible drive, incredible motivation, and you want to help those people and find a way to put them in. So I'm glad you guys are doing that.
And we love new grads. So they just finished nursing school, they just finished PT or OT school, and they're taking their boards exams, getting all that wrapped up. We really love cultivating new grads, starting their careers, mentoring them on site. We have a great staff already, and they're really invested in helping build up their professions.
Outstanding. Well, I can personally speak for you guys. You do a great job over there. Everybody, every time we've walked in, we filmed, we've done anything, everybody has huge smiles on their faces. Everybody's super helpful. And the patients were happy. That was a big deal too, that we noticed that you didn't see a bunch of ticked off people walking around throwing stuff. Like, they were genuinely grateful for the care. They were grateful for the care providers. And even though people were rehabbing and trying to get back to positive things in their life, they were in a positive environment. And so I can't uplift you guys enough for that. Is there anything I'm forgetting to tell everybody?
I don't think so. We need you, Victoria. We really do. We are constantly looking for professionals to join our team, and for those individuals that are really there to care for the patients and not just to make a paycheck, right?
Well, and to
Invest
try to
in the-
improve our healthcare right here in Victoria, to keep us from
Absolutely.
having to drive to the bigger cities,
Absolutely.
cultivating that right here in our town. And so, ladies, thank you so much. I appreciate your hard work. Unless I forgot something, we will take a quick break and be right back with the next guest.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we are back with our next guest, and I'm excited because this place was right in my backyard, and I lived literally right behind them for years and years and years, and I didn't walk over there and check it out until not so recently, or somewhat recently, and it was awesome, and I was wrong, and I should have been over there way longer. But without further ado, young lady, tell them who you are here with and what your name is, if you don't mind.
Sure, I'm Heather Parra. I am the Exhibits and Collections Manager at the Museum of the Coastal Bend at Victoria College.
And again, we are very blessed to have that museum right here in our local community. For somebody like me that was slow and they hadn't gotten over there yet, what is special about that museum? Why are we so blessed to have it, and why do they need to get over and check it out?
Well, Victoria is situated in a place where we have just a wealth of history. We've got 13,000 plus years of human occupation of this area. And the museum has over 30,000 artifacts representative of that 13,000 plus years of occupation. And we tell that story starting, you know, in the Paleo period with the woolly mammoth. Well, we didn't have woolly mammoths, we had Columbian mammoths, but with the big elephanty things.
A mammoth, yes ma'am. I hear that.
You know, and we go all the way up through Native American history, French, Spanish colonial, and we're about to open a new ranching exhibit next year. So we're covering the whole thing.
And it's like you said, a lot of that history is right here in our area, and it's rich and it's immersive, and there's a ton of it. And what I was just blown away by is you kind of get to be a part of that when you go in there. You know, it's a real museum. This isn't somebody's little back room. I got a few artifacts I threw in here, come check it out. This is a real legit museum. But you also get to go hands-on with some of the stuff that's set up because you guys want us interactive, you want us to learn. And so it wasn't one of those things where I was bored walking through there. I was like a little kid, and I was super excited. And wow, and I read everything, and it was fascinating. And so some of the things that I saw in there were similar to some of the things you brought today. Would you mind telling me what artifacts and what you've got out here on the table for us?
Sure. This is all representative of this exhibit that's opening on the 15th. And we've got this.
You know what? Let's start there then.
Okay.
If that's the case. You've made a good point, so we'll flip it back around. This exhibit coming up this Saturday. Tell me about it.
Right. So we are opening an exhibit of a singular artifact, a unique item. And it's a Clovis point made out of mammoth ivory. And I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but it's very, very exciting. Clovis points, which look a lot like this, one big flute up the middle. And these artifacts are really, really rare. These were made about 13,000 years ago for a small span of time, 500 to 700 years only. They were made all over the continent, and then they weren't. And it's the only time we have one artifact that was made universally for a very short period of time, solely for the purpose of hunting mammoth. So what we've got is this Clovis point made out of mammoth tusk, which is the prey that they were hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And mammoth ivory is best worked when it's green, when it's fresh off the dead mammoth. If you find like a rusty old dead mammoth lying
Not
in your
gonna work for
backyard
you.
a long time after, it's not going to work the same. And this is actually a piece of mammoth tusk, and you can see where it goes in layers. So the way mammoth tusk and elephant tusk as well, all of the big elephanty things, the way they grow is that they add a layer, and so it comes in from the middle. So the outside is going to be the oldest part, and the inside will be the newest part, and it just grows and expands. So this is what they were working with, and they napped it like they did stone to make these guys.
And forgive my is that did they just chip that out, or did it just be happening? Like, does this go like this?
Nope.
Is that how that worked? Nope, I had
Nope.
that all wrong, huh?
All wrong.
Oh.
So
See, this is why I bring you in instead of me showing this stuff.
So this is a stone point, and this was napped. So you can see where somebody took probably a larger stone or maybe a piece of antler and worked it. They took off little flakes on the side, and then they flipped it over and did the same thing. So bifacially worked. These were made the same way, and this is difficult because of the structure. These layers made it extra difficult. So really a rare thing. I don't know that one of these has ever been found anywhere else. It was found here in Texas. This is not the actual thing. This is a replica because Clovis points are super rare, and I'm not bringing one out of the museum.
You're smart. They would have told you, don't let Caleb touch it. And man, I just
Yes,
want to
you
get a
can.
feel. And this one's real.
This
right?
is real.
Golly, and that was just one tusk, huh?
This is a small fragment of one tusk. One tusk would fill, this entire room from end to end.
Holy smokes.
So, I mean, these were animals that were 13 to 18 feet tall. So they had two of these big tusks that took up a lot of space. And this is just a small little fragment, and it's heavy because it's old, it's fossilized. So it's started to turn almost to stone.
Can you imagine having to go out and hunt something that ginormous?
Well, that wasn't a singular activity. You didn't go all by yourself. I mean,
The whole tribe,
This was a group activity. Frequently, small nomadic groups would come together and work on this simultaneously.
Gotcha. And some of this, real quick, this.
Okay, so what they did with these things is they hafted them to what is called a foreshaft. This is the front end of a spear. This is the other part of the spear. And so this would fit into a slot at the top. The idea being if this went into a mammoth, they didn't lose the whole spear. They lost
they
this.
lost a bit, yeah.
These take
Outstanding.
a long time because they had to straighten them, they had to clean all the stuff off of them, they had to do all the things. So you don't want to lose all of that work. If you lose this much work, it's a bummer, but it's not that big of a bummer. And these are atlatls. This is the tool. This is the thing that you fire your spear with. So it was an equalizer. Women, small children, they all could hunt just as well as men. This added an extra elbow. It's a lever. It's
I was
a simple
not very
machine.
good at that thing.
Nobody's very good at
I
it
know.
if you don't
I
do it
thought
every day.
they would have starved if I was back in the day because I was terrible at
Well,
that
you can
thing.
come practice. You can do this anytime we're open. You can come and throw spears.
Well, I need the practice, so I might have to take you up on that because I was pretty
Right.
bad. But it was neat. It was really neat how it worked. I just was terrible at it.
It's
So,
okay. Most people are. But
Yes, ma'am.
anyway, so this is all sort of the way it works. You can think about this as like a bullet.
I didn't know
you
that until
load it
today.
into the thing.
That's
Yeah.
I had no idea that they were that advanced on some of their line of thinking on the way they. Yeah, it's innovative and outstanding. This is cool. And so these things I can check out this Saturday at Ancient Ivory from 1 to 3. It's the Museum of the Coastal Bend, right there at Victoria College.
Yes.
They can look on your Facebook page and find it.
Absolutely.
If I can't make this, but I want to support you guys or be a part of it, what is the best way to just be a supporter of you guys and make sure that I support your mission and what you're doing?
Well, our website, museumofthecoastalbend.org, is a great place to get all the information. There's contact info, there's membership info. Becoming a member of the museum is a huge help.
Okay.
We do not charge a standard admission. It's pay what you want. So you can come in. If you're a little thin in the pocket that week, you can just come in and look around, and it's not going to charge you
You'd
anything.
rather have us there than not have us there.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Just come in and enjoy our history. So this will open on the 15th, but it will remain on exhibit for
The foreseeable future.
the foreseeable future.
Outstanding. So no excuse not to get over and check it out.
And there will be some events during the opening.
Well, we're going to have you back on because I know in the future you guys have lots of things going on and we want to support it and we want to be a part of it. Thank you for having this, bringing this. It's really cool what you guys do, and it's really cool that it's right in our backyard, and people need to go check it out. Guys, it's pay what you want. It's free. if you can't afford anything, you don't want to miss this opportunity. It's great. We need to support stuff like this in our backyard because we're very blessed to have it, and a lot of hard work goes into setting this up and getting it ready for us to see. Young lady, did I forget anything?
I think you got it all.
Well, thank you so much for coming. Guys, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the next guest.
We cover about a 100-mile radius around Victoria, but if your job is big enough, we'll travel further. We're a turnkey solution for whatever your demolition needs are. We'll get the permits, we'll do the demo, we'll do the cleanup, and we'll do the final grading on your property. We do full-scale demolition, whether it's a commercial building or a chicken coop. Outside of demolition, we also do interior or selective demolition. If you have something you want us to take a look at, give us a call. Quotes are free.
All right, guys, we are back. I've been a fan of this guy for a while. He's violent in a good way when he needs to be. He's nice otherwise, but he's an exceptional young man, and he's fighting a lot of grown big men, and he is winning, and he is doing a phenomenal job, and I'm a fan of his. But before we go any further, young man, if you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself and tell them who you are here with.
I am Dylan Aguilar, 19 years old. I've been fighting for about 10 years. And man, it's just fun doing this. It really is. I love doing this every single day, waking up, training, going to work, training after work. So, I really like this.
Well, I get the training part, but what made you decide, I think I want to get punched in the face every day for my career. This is punching in the face sounds fun. What made you, how did that start? I know fighting's kind of in your family's DNA. Your brothers, your dad, I know everybody's in it, but kind of tell me the story a little bit about you guys.
Okay, so my dad, he's my stepdad, but I treat him like he's my real father. He came into my life when I was 8 years old, and he started showing me jiu-jitsu, and I really didn't get into MMA, and I was like, okay, I like this, jiu-jitsu's pretty cool. I get to choke people out, I'm a little kid, and I've always gotten bullied, so that was it boosted my confidence a little bit. And so we started training, and I've always kind of had in the back of my mind when I was little, I wanted to be like Rocky. He was just my little idol, So I was like, I want to fight, I want to do that. But I was a little kid, a little scared. But he came into my life, trained me, and, later down the road, I started building this confidence. And I'm like, yeah, I really want to do this. I started thinking about if this is the really career path that I wanted to choose, because if you do this, you got to put 100%, 200% into it. There's no doubt in it. There is no playing around in this sport. You got to do it. It's a man's sport. It really is. It's a man's sport. So if you're a kid like me who's coming in at this young of an age, starting at 17, debuting, you really got to make sure this is what you want, and you got to take this serious, because there's grown men in this cage who are coming at you for your head, and they don't care if you're a kid.
And speaking of heads, I saw several fights back, and you could probably tell me, you threw a head kick on a guy, and I swear you put his head in the fourth row. I was watching that fight, and you threw this head kick, and it was game over. And it was one of those
Yeah.
and I think I messaged the Monster Day page, and it was that head kick or something. It was pretty spectacular. Do moments like that, what fight was that for you? Do you know which one I'm talking about when you head kicked that guy?
It was my second fight. I had just lost my first fight, and my first fight, it really opened my eyes. So I trained even harder, way harder my first fight. And that second fight, I was really looking to show people that was just a fluke. That wasn't me, here's the real deal. And I showed the people that was a real deal. I had 1 second on the clock, knocked him out. He was lights out,
Yeah, man. And you had people like me yelling at the TV. It was cool. And and what's neat about that story to me is you were coming off a loss, and especially your first fight. And a lot of people would take that as defeat and let that control them, instead of letting it be fuel for the fire like you did, to motivate them even better for the next one and to come out stronger, better, faster, all those kind of things. And so I commend you for using that as a positive instead of letting it own you. You have a fight coming up this Friday, though. What number of fight is this going to be for you?
This one's going to be my 8th fight.
Lord, what are you, 18? 19? 19, jeez.
Yeah, just turned.
And so that is this Friday, Tapper Scrap 6. Peter was going to be here. He wasn't able to make it. He got sick. I hope you feel better, Peter. Tell me about this. Who are you fighting? What do you think? You know, how's it going to go?
It's fighting Luis Rodriguez. He's like more of a ground guy, grappler, wrestling type of background. He got some good, decent strikes. I don't really like look at my opponents that much and watch them. I watch and see how they fight, get their like timing down, kind of see a little bit like what they throw and like when they shoot in or just little details, but I don't really like go into it and break it down. I let my coach do that. I do more of get my cardio trained, make sure I'm good all around. If he has anything to add to my game, oh, he does this, you know, he takes down after throwing this combo, you need to be aware, and prepare that for that combo, and then be ready for that he's going to shoot on you. So there's just little stuff like that. I really don't like watch the fighters because I don't care. I mean,
you're going to do you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I train to do what I need to do, and I'm going to execute it. And I really believe in my style and my fighting that it doesn't matter what you got game planned, my plan is better.
Yeah, I like it. And again, I want to touch on one thing you said, you know, he was your stepdad. I think that's really cool too, because I have a stepdad that chose to be my dad and he didn't have to be, and it was a blessing. And that, I don't know, sometimes that love just means as much, if not even more, because they chose to when they didn't have to. And, you know, so I feel that bond because I've got a stepdad like that I just love to death. And so, you know, one, congrats on that. Two, I know this is kind of a family thing, and you know, your dad has fought, you have fought, your brother has fought. Are you guys just going to keep doing this into the foreseeable future?
Yeah, my dad fought, my mom also fought.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a picture of your dad carried your mom after her victory and me yelling right next to him. And I need to send you that picture. Yes, I've been a fan of you guys for a long time, you know, and so I guess y'all just going to keep on going, huh?
Yeah, my brother, I mean, he's 15, 16 years old. He's like 6'3" almost. Like, yeah, and he's coming up and he gives me, like, when I get tired and I get my workout, I like to spar him at the end because he's always fresh. He got that young body, So he's going to push. Like, he has no cardio where he can stop. He's like, it's like how I was when I was young. Just keep training, keep going, so.
Well, good, because us old guys, we are not like that. and you guys catch up with us real fast and you wear us out. How can they follow? I got to wrap this up. I could talk all day with you. If they want to follow you, if they want to come out and train with you, if they want to do those things, what's the best way to check you out and keep up with what you're doing?
If you want to come check us out, come check us out on Facebook, Monsters Den Martial Arts. You can check that out. There's a website where you'll be able to text, phone call, call the
Facebook
message,
page too. Yep.
And my Instagram handle is going to be La Muerte MMA. And you can see all my fights. I have videos of edits that are pretty cool, that knockout edits or punching people in the face. So you can follow me. And the reason why you should come to our gym, it's not only a hardcore gym where, you know, we're all guys trying to help each other out, but we're also a family. So, like, yeah, we do argue with each other and get heated. People will go and like, oh, I'll leave this gym. That's not how we are. We fight. If we're a family, we're going to beef it out, settle it. At the end of the day, we're going to be laughing and giggles and training like how we always do, you know. There shouldn't be no arguing and just leaving a gym. Like, it shouldn't, you know. This is a family thing, and we're all here trying to grow it, like, together. And there's no reason why we should all be separated in this town with the gyms. We should be able to cross-train us.
I could not agree more. I like seeing that. And you know, and the last thing I'll say is people, I know it's an intimidating thing to walk into a fighting gym with a bunch of people throwing punches, choking each other, trying to break arms. It looks real scary from the outside if you've never done it. But I will argue that any MMA gym, jiu-jitsu gym, whatever, is some of the nicest people you'll ever meet, and iron sharpens iron, and they want you to be better. And just walking in that first day is the hardest day. The cardio sucks, everything sucks. But it's actually fun once you get in the door. And so thank you so much for coming. I appreciate what you guys do in the community. Tapper Scrap this Friday. Check him out. Hope you bring home the victory, my friend. I'll be cheering for you. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with our last guest. There we go.
Since 1932, Wallach & Volk has been closing mortgages and doing it the right way. The reason why the Volks opened up a bank at the height of the Great Depression was because the bank needed to be opened at the height of the Great Depression. And it was good for the community at that time. A lot of the banks were going under. In order to keep that community sound and stable, it was something that they did. I think that says something about who Wallach & Volk was 85 years ago. And the only way you get to continue to do it is if you consistently do it great. And we plan on doing this for another 85 years.
All right, guys, we are back. We're excited for this next guest. He was supposed to join us a long time ago. 1 minute wasn't able to make it, but he's here now. So without further ado, my brother, please introduce yourself and let them know who you are here with.
My name is Danny Camacho. I'm with the Victoria Bad News Chairs. We're an adaptive sports team out here, a nonprofit organization out of Victoria, Texas. We pretty much do adaptive sports, which is wheelchair sports. A lot of people get that kind of mixed up. Adaptive sports. Now, what is that? It's basically wheelchair sports. Wheelchair football, basketball, softball, soccer. You name it, we do it. We've done it. But that's what the organization is. I started back in 2015, and this would be our 6th year that we're doing our softball tournament. And we had to stop like 2 years because of COVID, unfortunately. But we're back at it again last year, and this is our 2nd year since COVID. So this is our 6th year, yeah, and it's pretty exciting because it's our first time we're having an out-of-state team come from Tulsa. So that's really going to be putting Victoria on the map as far as national wheelchair softball goes. So that's a pretty big deal for me personally. But yeah, man, Victoria Bad News Chairs. A lot of people don't know. Again, we do all kinds of sports and recreational activities. We try to help in the community, try to get awareness out, inclusion. We get everyone involved. In a wheelchair or not, come and sit in the chair if you want. One day of practice. We practice on Wednesdays from 6 to 8 at the CADC field on Vine Street, 3105 North Vine Street. We're there on Wednesdays, and the tournament is July 15th and 16th. About another week or two. Opening ceremonies.
July 15th, man. That's this Saturday and Sunday. We're getting after it. Yeah, that's coming right up this weekend. It snuck right up on us.
Yes, sir. It sure did. Like I said, I'm really excited about it.
Well, you should be, man. This is a big deal that you guys are putting on together and making happen. So you should be proud of it. Couple questions. Let's start. If I'm an athlete and I want to participate, and I just moved to Victoria, I didn't know that adaptive sports were here, right up my alley. How could they just reach out and say,
that's what we're looking for. We're always encouraged the community, especially the adaptive disabled community, to come out and just see what the Bad News Chairs is about. And participate. Either if you want to try to play in, and if that's not your thing, you just want to just be supportive. Be a cheerleader on the sideline. Bad News, we'll get you a shirt. Bad News Chairs for life. Support us. But yeah, I mean, especially if you're new to the city, you're into adaptive sports. Definitely give us a call. Facebook, is Victoria Bad News Chairs Adaptive Sports Team on Facebook. badnewschairs at gmail.com is our email, and 361-722-9569 is the contact number, which will be me. But yeah, give me a call, and we'll be more than happy to get you in a chair. And at our tournament on Sunday, we're having our first annual O.J. Johnson Memorial Exposition Game, and we're getting the PTA program from Victoria College to come, and we're going to play against other athletes in chairs. So it's going to this kind of awareness thing. But yeah, so if you want to play on that day on Sunday, in the community, you're more than welcome to come out. Again, it's inclusion. We'll put you in the chair, and you can come and play on Sunday morning at 9 o'clock.
Several of you guys have been for a couple years calling me and like, come out here, Caleb. And I want to stress, you guys are athletes, and and you're not playing out there. They're trying to get me to come out there, and they're like, Caleb, we'll put you in the chair. And I know you guys are all going to beat up on me because I can see the phone, and everybody's like, bring it, But when I watch you guys go at it. This isn't something soft week.
No.
In fact, it was a little nerve-wracking because you guys go at it, And so it was cool to see.
We go at it so much that last year, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it because I broke both of my legs playing wheelchair softball in a tournament in Houston. So so we go at it. This is full contact, competitive. Trash talking. You name it.
It's sports.
It's a sport.
Sports.
And of course, after the game, we're all friends. We
Absolutely.
But it's competitive though. We practice. We try to win. That's our goal. But then again, there's also the rec part. The recreational the part. Where you can just go out and have fun, bowling, fishing, all types of recreational activities. There's a big fishing tournament we do also every year. So yeah. So I mean, Bad News Chairs is we're basically out here to for the community, adapted disabled community, and everybody just to come and get involved and find out what we're about and the stuff we do with adaptive sports and recreational activities. And also, again, we do a lot of speaking for different organizations to motivational speaking, encouragement, stuff like that. Just kind of start from the bottom. Here we are now. So yeah, man. So again, I encourage the whole community to come out on that weekend, July 15th and 16th. And don't be a water slide. So for the adults to come out, have some fun. There'll be a concession stand. Be plenty of shade. Yeah.
Good.
So,
and that'll be at the CADC field at 3105 Vine Street. Opening ceremonies are at 8:45. Again, that is this Saturday, July 15th. Brother, am I forgetting anything?
No, that's pretty much it. Again, I encourage everyone to come out. We will have T-shirts for sale, so you can support us that way. But yeah, come out and support Victoria Bad News Chairs. We expecting a big crowd, to support Victoria, especially against this out-of-state team, coming from Tulsa.
Represent us.
We want to represent,
yes, sir.
and put Victoria on the map. So yeah. So again,
well, brother, we appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for doing it big, and we support you. And make sure you keep us in the loop and come on in the future and tell us about what you got going, guys. It's Chopping Block time, middle of the week. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. We've missed you, my friend. It's just not the same up here without you. It's not the same, and you were missed. And so thank you for coming back. Thank you for bringing another middle of the week, the Chopping Block. Before I go any further, the Chopping Block food truck and catering is now open noon until sellout. Is that right?
11 now.
11.
Worked our way up to
all right,
11.
All right. That means you're just going to sell out even sooner. So get up there, get quickly, because it goes fast. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. What do we got here today, my friend?
Man, so we got a new guy in the shop, and he's got some awesome new recipes. So we're starting to be able to do things that we've never done before, because I'm not really a chicken salad fan, potato salad, pasta salad. So got a new guy in the store, Josh. He's really killing it with some of this new stuff. So brought you some of our chicken salad. Not really my favorite thing in the world to eat, but a lot of our customers, I think we put out 25 at a time, and they're going in less than an hour.
I'll tell you, I'm with you. Like, the salad thing, like, I'm thinking of lettuce salad. Like, that's the kind of salad I eat. This is not the type of salad I eat. But that said, I'm going to go ahead and jab this because my wife keeps telling me how wrong I am for not doing this stuff. And that almost looked like a TV bite I caught you with right there. It was fun. Not my thing, but it's still good. Like, I get why people like it.
No, it was different as I thought
My
it was
wife,
going to be.
yeah, it actually tasted better. Caught me off guard. I was expecting to have to fake it, and it was actually kind of good. Then I didn't know what to say. So that's TV, guys. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I did like it. The Chopping Block food truck now open at 11. What else? We were both pleasantly surprised.
I know.
Good stuff. Check it out. New at the Chopping Block. We'll see you next week, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in to Victoria Events with Caleb Shaw. Make sure you comment down below, like the post, share the post. It really helps the algorithms. If you haven't done so already, make sure you follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any episodes. And if you have an event coming on you want featured on Victoria Events, shoot us a message. We'd love to help you get the word out there. Lastly, make sure you support our sponsors. We could not do this show without them, so we're very grateful. Thanks so much, Victoria, and we'll see you at the next one.